Hey everyone, just going to share some quick thoughts on the passing of Chyna, Joni Lauer, as she's known in the real world. I saw it this morning on social media. WWE had actually posted it just a few minutes after I arrived at work, and then shortly after that, it started making the mainstream media rounds as well. I work at a TV station. We ran the story on our newscast. We put it on social media and shared it on our website as well. So it's getting a lot of talk this morning, at least initially, and I suspect in the coming days, once a cause of death is released, we may see some more mainstream coverage. Probably not so positive mainstream media coverage, and that's part of what I'm going to talk about is the perception of professional wrestling to those who aren't fans of it, who don't watch it, don't understand it. Sometimes is misconstrued, and there are times when the scrutiny from the media is warranted. There are times that it's not. So we'll wait and see what happens. But I'm hoping that people who watch this, who aren't regular wrestling fans, don't pass too much judgment on the industry. This is unfortunate. And the other thing I kind of want to talk about is, this morning I saw some comments and actually engaged in some back and forth on the My 123 Cents Facebook page, saying, I will not mourn Chyna's death because this is not a tragedy. She brought this on upon herself. My argument is, and I talked about this before a few years ago in a Scott Hall video that I made about addiction. Addiction, to me at least, is a true illness. It is a disease just like cancer, like diabetes, like heart disease. It's an illness, and people need help, and it's misconstrued and it's misunderstood, and it's seen as somebody being selfish. And yes, I understand people make choices, but we don't all respond the same way when we make those choices. And sometimes, we become addicted to drugs or alcohol or running or pornography. There are different things out there that people get attached to and get addicted to, and I'm not trying to make this sound like it's not the person's fault by any means, but they don't always want to get help. They can't get help. They don't know how to get help. There's a stigma associated along with mental illness. Would you mourn the death of someone who died from lung cancer because they smoked? That's a choice that they made too. Or would you mourn the death of someone who died from diabetes complications if they were overweight because they ate too much? It bothers me that people have this perception of, addicts are bad people and they should be not mourned or not remembered or forgotten or whatever. I'm not defending the actions of Chyna or Joni. I'm not saying that she was a saint by any means. I know that she had a lot of demons, and I'm not going to judge her for that. And just like I'm not judging people who are choosing to not mourn her or call her death a tragedy. 45 years old is too young to die. And, if her death does anything, I hope that it serves as a wake-up call for people, that if you have an addiction, if you have mental illness, if you are depressed, if you think you're depressed or know someone who is, get help. It is okay to get help before it's too late. And if you do find yourself in that situation, I'm going to include in the little section underneath here the numbers, the websites for places that can help. And taking that first step, it's a huge step. But if you do need help, I do encourage you to get the help that you need. And, rest in peace, Chyna. This world was a crazy one, and, you will be missed, despite, some of the things that folks are saying online. Chyna did make a contribution to the world of professional wrestling and pop culture. People who don't follow wrestling that I work with knew who she was. So may she rest in peace, and hopefully she has found peace where she is now. Thanks, everyone.